Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to use Algolia MCP inside Cursor. So it can be any other IDE, but it should support rules. So the rules is basically an extra piece of information that is being used every time you make any request to LLM, right? So this is a file with rules that basically I put together. So that is going to make the development using the Algolia MCP easier. So the pain point that we're solving here is basically the LLMs have certain context window, right? And that size, that window size is usually 250,000 tokens. Can be a little bit more in case of Gemini, but once you're going to reach that threshold of 250,000 tokens, the LLM is going to start forgetting things, right? So let's say you started with project X and it has certain name, it has certain ID, and it's going to lose that piece of information. So these rules are going to help you to put some things that we think are important in the memory. Let me showcase you this. So what we have here is a prompt, right? It can be anything. Basically, you can say run setup project for certain app. So we have here list apps I have in Algolia, and if it's the only one run setup project for that app, follow the rules, right? So obviously, if you are, if you know the name of the project you're working on, you should just say run setup project for the app named X, right? So here we start calling MCP, like get user info, get the applications, list indices, and some other things basically that are inside this rules file. So once it's done, it's going to create a file called Algolia project config.md. And this is the file where all our memory is going to be stored. I will show in a second. Let's put them together. All right, so we should have it here. Okay, so you can see here the application ID, the name of the application. We have some information about indices, the analytics, region, etc. And one important thing is recent changes, right? So this is going to be actually quite important piece of this file because this is the way the LLM will never forget what has been done, so it will not try to do it again, right? And it will basically understand what is the current progress, right? So let's say we want to call MCP to enrich the data of our movies dataset. It is an Algolia movie sample dataset that you get when you first register. So, and let's say we want to say, check the Algolia app if it has Avatar 2009 first movie in dataset. If it doesn't, look online for info, look for Algolia dataset structure, and populate dataset with Avatar movie info. Okay. So this is again one of the use cases of MCP, right? So that you can actually enrich the data of your current data set with certain things you want. In this case, we are enriching it with obviously a movie, since it's a movie data set. All right, so what it's doing here? It is looking for Avatar, if it exists. It's getting 0 hits, so basically there is no such movie. Then it's going to look for, so I try to look for it again, just in case if Avatar 2009 was not, the right request. After that, it is calling a general query to understand the dataset structure, right? What are the names, how to actually, put it all together so that the new entry will be, will use the same structure. Once it did it, so then it looked online for the information itself. Okay, I think it looked for the dataset structure again, just to make sure. And now basically it saved the object of the Avatar movie in the dataset itself. And finally it looked for the avatar if it exists, and indeed it added successfully. So we can actually look through the dashboard to verify. You can see basically there was none, and if you refresh, it should populate it with the information. Okay, so that's fine. So this is here to go. Here is all the information about the avatar movie, right? Okay, so what it also did, and that's a cool thing that I mentioned before, it basically changed the dataset from 8701 to 8702, and we can see it here. And it also added a recent changes saying added avatar to online movie to the dataset. So this is, again, one of the cool things that we can do with MCP. So let's do another thing. Let's say we have a dataset file. It can be in any format. In this case, it is JSON. So, and this is basically a dataset of movies that we want to enrich. The issue that is here, what if these movies already exist? We cannot basically just simply say, just enrich this Algolia MCP with these movies, right? So because maybe they do exist. So I have set up a couple of the things here to make sure that we have some of them available, some of them not. So the first two are not available. The third one is available in the data set already. So now we are going to ask, check top 10 frames known before 1990 and verify if they exist in Algolia dataset, or the ones that don't exist, check online for info and populate the dataset with those movies. Okay, so we are doing pretty similar thing with that we did with Avatar before, except it's going to use some of the information that we have here, look for the missing information online, right? So, and put them together in the format, in the structure of the current data set. So, for example, maybe rank is not a rank, right, in the data set. Maybe we don't have the images here, so it will basically look for all of that. So it starts calling the MCP tools to verify which ones are available and which ones are not. We should get the result here. Okay, so it says here that 8 out of 10 are already in the dataset, which is exactly correct, and the first two are not. And it starts looking the web for the information about those two movies. And I think it found all the information. Now it starts saving them to the dataset. Okay, so we got the first object being saved. Soon should be coming the second one. Okay, so here is the second movie. Okay, I think we can already copy this just to check. So now it checked basically if they indeed exist, if they have been added successfully. And now it starts updating the config file with 2 new records, right? And with recent changes says we added 2 missing French masterpieces from top 10 list. Okay, so let's check the first movie. Okay, let's refresh to refresh the cache, right? Okay, so it found the first movie, and let's see the second one. Okay, here the second one. So I think you would want to check the information that you are adding here prior to actually calling the MCP tool. So you can do it step by step. Just for the showcase reasons, I am basically doing it, in one go. But obviously, you can verify that before actually pushing it. And you can see here that all of the this structure is followed exactly as the dataset requires, even though we have them in completely different way written in this file. So this is going to be all that I want to show you. I think this memory bank, let's call it, right? So it's going to be a cool feature that will help you to actually develop in your cursor on your project a lot easier. So first of all, you track all of the changes you have made. So LLM has information, you have this information, right? And basically all of the other memories, notes, whatever is going to be added here. So it is going to be make your life as a developer inside the MCP a lot easier, and we are using the AI to enrich the data, to look for the data for, instead of doing manually, it basically does it all automatically. So this is a true agentic development on Algolia MCP. All right, guys, I will be wrapping this up. So thanks a lot for watching, and yeah, good luck to everyone. Bye.